Ronnie Rutherford. My family owns 3 parcels on that Walnut Street. Well, actually, one is deeded on Main Street, but then on 15 Walnut, and I'm not sure what the other house is.
What's your address?
Here?
No, your address.
Your home address.
Home address. I live in Bainbridge.
Okay.
3302 Falls Road, Bainbridge.
3302?
Falls Road, Bainbridge.
Falls Road, okay. This is just for our record keeping.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, good. Continue.
We own the office, Rutherford Law Office, which is also houses Chicago Title. We have the parking lot right behind that, and then my son owns the house right behind that. And literally that is probably the only green space on Walnut Street between Main and Water, or Main and Second, I'm sorry. Everything else is basically concrete. Now Mrs., can't remember her name, that has Hastings Electric, has a little bit of green right there, but not too much either. And we just oppose it for the simple reason of the congestiveness. That street is crazy if you're ever on it, which I am. Not right now, but I am quite often. And I understand, that has been on the books for how long? The code. It's been there for a reason, to keep noise and things like that out of the area, in the downtown area. And I would believe that if you would do this, make that amendment, then you would open up a can of worms to have all kinds of other ideas brought before you, and then they'll say, why did you do this one and then you're not going to do mine? That's kind of where we stand.
Now, you are familiar with the conditional recommendations that the consultants put in on this?
Not completely, no.
There are 8 conditions. Let's see here. All right, the first one was the use shall be operated by a licensed or registered veterinarian. Number 2, all principal use activities shall be conducted within the total enclosed principal building. No outdoor pet enclosures or runs are permitted. 3, any indoor boarding shall be limited to incidental or treatment or surgery. 24-hour boarding supervision shall be provided when the animals are boarded overnight. 4, outdoor exercising is allowed when the pet is accompanied by an employee, provided no animals shall be permitted outside the building between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Number 5, there shall be no burial or incineration of animals on the premise. Number 6, odor and noise shall be adequately controlled to ensure that the animals do not create a nuisance. Number 7, all waste materials shall be removed from the site or on a daily basis, and no animal waste shall be buried on the site or allowed to accumulate on the premise. And number 8 is the Planning Commission shall impose additional conditions or restrictions such as requiring buffers, screening material, requiring odor and noise mitigation, and set limits on the number of animals to ensure that the proposed use will not be detrimental to the health, safety, and general welfare of the surrounding area.
Okay, provided you guys do that, how will you enforce that?
It will be enforced by our building code enforcement officer, which was just recently.
How good are we at that?
I'm sorry?
How good are we at that?
The officer was just hired. City council itself would not enforce that.
Yeah, I got you.
I
got you.
The building inspector.
I mean, if you look around the downtown, there's a lot of things that need enforced that don't really always get it done.
Well, I believe that he has jumped in feet first, and he's starting the processes of doing several things. So,
Who's he?
Mr. Gill, Brandon Gill,
He's the building inspector, but we just hired a code enforcement.
Oh, yeah, the code
right?
enforcement too.
Yeah, no, we
Brandon-
haven't. Okay.
Well, but Brandon has jumped in.
He's your building
Yeah.
inspector, he's not your code
Yeah.
enforcement. your nuisance would have to do it until you have a code enforcement.
Right. And he and Brandon have been working together on the other stuff too. So.
You mentioned you thought the traffic was going to be too high, and again, I'm just trying to ask questions. So it was a dentist office before. I mean, I personally don't see the traffic being more than what you had at the dentist office. Am I wrong there? Because the dentist
Can't
office
explain
sees
that other than,
4
in
to
my
6 patients
opinion,
an
yeah,
hour.
how many people does a dentist see? And if I remember right, they were doing the surgeries versus just seeing people for cleanings and things like that.
Yeah.
And isn't that what it was? Oral surgery,
Well,
I don't know,
isn't there a
that's what-
dental office in one place and the surgeons?
surgery's on the other side?
Yeah, I think they're like side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see that kind of being similar traffic, other than this one includes animals instead of just people, which brings up your green space issue. When you look at the building, it has a lot of green, it has some green space out front, but it's all bushes and, yeah, are you here to speak? Do you want to come up?
I can.
Yeah, I mean,
You
because
guys ready for it?
it's kind of an open conversation.
Okay,
Kinda.
okay. Do I have to go up there?
As long as we can hear you,
Can
tell
you
Greg
hear
who
me?
you
I
are
will.
and your address and all that.
Okay, so my name is Randi Uhrig. My home address is 270 Granite Cliff Drive.
What was that?
Granite
Granite
Cliff Drive.
B-R-A-N-D-I?
I'm sorry.
Randy, B-R-A-N-D-I?
R-A-N-D-I.
Oh, Randy. I'm sorry.
Yep. That's okay. I get it all the time. Do you want me to continue? I'm sorry. Okay, so my husband and I just bought the old Guston Insurance building that's on the corner. It's 110 West 2nd Street. This 36 North Walnut is literally 5 feet from our building. My concerns are, as you stated, there won't be animals outside between 10 p.m. and 6. We do business between the hours of 8 and 4. Who's going to what if we can hear the 10 dogs barking that's in their building? The enforcement, things like that. They said it's soundproof. I'm like, have you done an audio study? Like, show me that I'm not going to hear the animals in my building because we're 4 feet away from each other. The green space is an issue. I know that she said she has like a gravel run in the back by their fence, that's where the animals would go. I have dogs. I've been to other veterinarian offices. Sometimes they get busy. Sometimes they don't clean up after the dogs. It happens. So that's always the case. If you allow her to move in, it's kind of like she could do everything she told she wasn't going to do. I mean, that's kind of the thing. But I did look into all of the other downtown veterinarian offices that Dr. Schoonmaker referred to in his letter, his application, and none of them were comparable. All of them had green space. Most of them were at least 20 feet from the next building. I can kind of show you. I went on to Google Maps and just kind of did some research. I'm not.
What, Hillsborough and then?
Oh, there's Wapakoneta. I have them all
Okay.
on the.
We have this?
Yeah. So I feel like, as Ron said, if you do allow this ordinance code change, whatever it's called, you're kind of opening a door for other kind of non-permitted businesses to try to come into downtown. And then I also feel that if this was a building that was on 2nd Street, that this would not even be a conversation. It would be a no from the get-go, because all of those buildings are basically together. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, the main people it affects is us, and it's the people who own really the only green space on that street. I do not wish that she can't go into practice somewhere, but I just feel like this is not a good place for that to happen. There is a reason why no vet has ever tried to come into downtown, because it's just not a good fit. I guess that's all I have to say.
Jeff, if you sit there in our parking lot and watch that alley coming out, which kind of comes from, what's it called? The mental health, I can't think of the mental health place. Not mental health, but,
Like AAA,
well, behind AAA, and it comes from there.
the Board of PD.
Yeah, there.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what they are. But if you watch that alley, just sit in our parking lot and watch that alley, there's traffic. It's almost constant.
Okay.
It really is. And then coming from in behind the sheriff's office to Walnut Street, you're coming in behind our office, behind C&J Electric, and numerous other places off of 2nd. There's a low alley right there, and Bob Waller is rebuilding that house.
Yeah.
And there's traffic coming out of there all the time. All the time. It's just, it's busy. It's always busy. Always busy.